Video, we created our English to Pig Latin converter called ENG to Pig Latin. In this video, we will create our wordsToString function, which will return a string, and we'll explain what that actually does after we code it out. So let's go ahead and let's code this out. Okay, so let's explain what's going on. If you haven't already figured it out, we are returning a string that is converted from the vector of word, or the vector that contains the, most likely the Pig Latin, or it could also be the English of word objects. So first what we're doing is we create an empty string called text, and then we're going to append this down the line. So we're going to run through a for loop, and this for loop is going to continuously run the size of the vector which contains the word objects we've called v. Next, what we do is we go ahead and we say get the current index of the word. So text right now is going to equal whatever this empty string is plus the current word at the index of I. So we the people would be the word we, W-E, and since it's actually been converted, hopefully if already, to Pig Latin WE would give us Eway with a capital W in it. That's the point of up here we say still capitalized. So we haven't removed any capitals, and the reason why we do this is because we don't want to remove capitals until we actually need to do an output. It's a lot easier when you're referencing through content to know where the WAY and the AY have been added. We've also gone ahead and modified the header file for the Pig Latin. I did one additional thing that I forgot to notify you guys of earlier, and that was I had added in, it doesn't look like it updated this, because I copy and pasted, is I meant to add a hyphen in front of these two right here. So again, adding a hyphen to the Pig Latin. Again, that's just for reference and quick use. You actually don't need to do that if you don't want to. It's not a requirement, but for my use, that's what I'm going to do. So here what we do is, since we've added this hyphen, we go, well, we don't want to see a hyphen when we output this to a string. So what we're going to do is we're going to say the current word text we want to erase. And first, what do we want to erase? We want to find, using in the standard library, using namespace standard, find, and we want to start from the beginning of the text, and we want to go to the end of the text, and we want to look for the character that is the hyphen. And then we want to go ahead and we want to erase this. Next we want to do is we want to append the last character if it contains a character, in other words, like a special character. So or not actually a special character. In case of the 3 parameters that are available in a word object, we have a string, a boolean, and a string. So if the last character is not equal to an empty string, but contains an actual character like a period, a comma, a forward slash, whatever it might be, or an exclamation point, a question mark, and so on, then what we want to do is we want to say text append the current word. So if we had a comma in the one that we had stripped out prior to that, we can reattach it to this word in the string that we are building. Last, what we want to do is we want to say append whitespace. In other words, a space between words, as long as it's not the last word. There's no point to add whitespace to the last word itself. So we go ahead and we say text append. We could type the word append. There is the function for text or for a string dot append, but plus equals is almost universal in most languages. So text plus equals the index of the last character, and then the same thing with the whitespace. Everything that is not the last one, append whitespace. And then go ahead and return this as a string. And that's how this function works. In the next video, we will actually go over the last function that you actually need to do, and that's converting to lowercase.